and swinging faster, obliterating this beta male's health bar. Holy shit, like really quickly, it's already phase 2. So I decide to throw caution to the wind. Like a true strength Chad, I charge, jump, and swing with no regard for my life or health. And it works. Screw all that dodging shit. I only have one brain cell and it screams bonk. Short update because I haven't shown it at all, but I'm at 51 strength. Not too shabby. Alright, time for the final horse girl of this saga, the draconic one. I get a big ol' anchor, put wild strikes on it, and go to work.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's noise damage. With that splendiferous start, I just have to avoid being one shot for a couple more attacks. Big slow weapons like this need big attack windows. This old boy has a nice one when he does the leaping attack. If you dodge behind him and then hit the horse's left ass cheek, he tries to hit you with his shield, which is slow as hell, so it's the perfect place to get in a juicy heavy attack. A couple of those and bang, bogey down. Time for more gathering. I need some Ashes of War, so we get Craigblade and Lion's Claw. I also snagged the Ritual Shield Talisman for more defense and the Spiky Balls because like balls. I now have a +5 Dragon's Great Claw and I plan to use that for the next boss, Piss Ghost. This is honestly one of the easiest fights in the game. My boy only has like 6 moves and none of them are very hard to dodge. This sort of feels like the opposite of high school to me, where I'm the bully and this nerd has lunch money. So I take that shit and move on.
Got his ass.
Now it's time for Margaret Sr., and for some reason I'm just objectively bad at this fight, so naturally I break out the Pokeballs. And then I die like 3 times, which is unacceptable.
Okay. God damn it.
So I decide to problem solve. I take a mystery chest into a mystery hole filled with special rocks. These special rocks will make my ball stronger so I can avenge the shame of dying to Marjorie. While I'm in the cave, I find a funny dog, but I only have like 2 heals, so I figured I was gonna die. Then I see my damage and realize this weird dog is actually super weak, so I kill it and take its stuff. I strengthen my balls and return to Morgan. Now it's time to see if more damage actually solved my problems. The nice thing about my balls is they're really good at staggering opponents, which makes any fight a lot easier. This is going really well, and I decide to get greedy for the phase transition.
No. Oh no. Live. Live, you son of a bitch. Oh, that was so greedy. Jump attack. Got his ass.
And that was too close, but the fancy glowing sword guy is now defeated. It's time to start my snowy track to the big man, but first I get a weapon that's appropriate for fighting a giant. Then I get a couple more bell bearings and level up my strength a bit more. For this fight, I just fully give up on defense. I have a +21 Giant Crusher with Lion's Claw, and I also have the Warrior Jar Shard, Charge Attack Talisman, and Ritual Sword Talisman to pump up my offense. Fighting the giant is pretty straightforward once you figure it out. In phase 1, you treat him like Achilles and chase the ankle to get big Oonga Boonga damage numbers that definitely do not get me super bricked. Once we've defeated the ankle, Mr. Giant rips his leg off and decides to start throwing hands. This phase isn't much harder, it's just a bit slower than phase 1. I mean, I'm using the Giant Crusher. It's inevitable that it's gonna, crush the giant. It still takes a while, but eventually I smash his fingers enough that he gives up and goes to take the big sleep.
Hell yeah, dude. What a stagger. We take those.
Before going to Farum, I go and assault a knight with my balls so I can get Golden Vow, which I need for the next fight. I thought about doing something cool and unique for the Godskin duo, but then I remembered this fight is hot dog shit. If I can use sleep pots and smack them, I'm gonna do that. Mr. Big Mac and his skinny friend are my least favorite fight in the game, so I abuse everything that is OP and send these two into the great beyond to avoid any incidents. I will do something unique for this next fight though. I take Rai's hand to Volcano Manor and fight the ultimate pizza chef boss and get his pizza cutter to fight Malekith. Turns out though, the pizza cutter has a dex requirement, so I go and crush Easy Nile to get the dex talisman from Millicent. With my dope kitchen utensil in hand, I finally make my way to Malekith and have the incident to end all incidents. Holy shit. The pizza cutter just feels a bit too slow. I'm only able to do light attacks, and I haven't really procced the bleed it allegedly has, so it's kind of a one-trick pony right now. So I decide there's only one choice. It's time to use the strongest strength weapon in Elden Ring. I was hoping to save this for later, but I've been left with no choice. It's clubbing time, and I can immediately tell the little stick is way better than the pizza cutter. For starters, I can actually hit charged attacks, so I'm going to be able to do poise damage. And it's a lot faster, so my punish windows aren't as tight. It's pretty easy to get to phase 2 like this. Then at the start of phase 2, I get this stagger, and I mean, it's pretty much a Jover from here. I'm using the best weapon in the game, and he has almost no health left.
There we go. The club, baby! Yes!
In the spirit of keeping things fresh, I switch into Guts Greatsword to fight Gideon the All-Talking. I do a little buffing routine and plan on taking him out fast.
penis.
Yeah, that didn't work. A quick replay shows I forgot to drink my blue flask after buffing and couldn't use my L2 to finish him. I've lost intelligence by focusing on gains so much, so I'll blame that loss on my stat spread. Luckily, when I go back, I realize my L2 pancakes Gideon into the ground, and all the talking in the world will not stop me from shattering his spine.
Let's go. Eat my fucking giant sword, you absolute piece of trash, dude.
Unfortunately, big damage isn't as possible for my next fight, so I make my way through Mount Gelmir into a hero's grave to get the ringed finger. This is a dumb looking, but actually really good club that hits nice and quick, so we pump it full of steroids and head into the next fight. I'm not going to spend much time on the Godfrey fight. Just let it be known, I fingered him so hard he immediately took off all his clothes and started to really try and get my ass. I now employ my professional Horaloo slapping skills to dance around all his wrestling moves and hit light attacks like a pansy dex user until he is dead. Then I juice my strength.
Give your meat a good old rub.
Yeah, boy.
For the main boss of the game, I think it's time for me to use one of the most popular strength weapons. That's right, I know you cult members have been waiting for this. It's Zweihander time. I'm starting to run low on ruins though on account of upgrading like 20 weapons so far, so I find a real use for the giant pizza cutter and saw a giant dragon to death so I can level up my big pokey sword. With that done, it's time for the biggest challenge yet, Ratabeast. Yeah, this is where the difficulty in this run really starts getting turned up. Elden Beast is just a straight up knob slobber. Luckily, Radagon is essentially telegraphed. I can see why Zweihander has a cult. This moveset is dope and having pierce damage with the poke is super nice. It also does like Giga Poise damage, which you should know I love at this point. Now it's Elden Beast time, and it's really simple. If I just don't get hit and hit the boss, I will win. And it is done. I go to upgrade my strength and finally get it to 99. Time for me to clean up all the demigods and legends left in the lands between. So I start by heading back to hell and killing another Mr. McDouble by parrying and stabbing the absolute piss out of him. Then it's time for ye old Big Snake. I obviously die on my first attempt because I am not doing this fight with a level 1 weapon. Big strength need big bonk. With the weapon upgraded, I have my usual flawless and simple right card kill.
Oh, you're joking. Stupid attack, dude. Oh no. I think that's it. I think it's Jehovah, brothers. What? I lived? Oh, bro, I am taking all the hits. I don't give a fuck, apparently. Huh? Oh, come on, baby. It's all about luck. Bang.
For my next boss, I'm gonna bake up the Big Smash special. I grab Royal Knight's Resolve, Flame Grant Me Strength, a Jellyfish, the Red Feathered Branch Sword Talisman, and Bloody Slash. Now it's time...
You know what? I'm about to say it.
...to cook. This buffing routine was a pain in the booty. First, I lower my health to get the Red Feathered Branch Sword damage buff. Then I drink my Physic for a charge attack boost and cast Golden Vow, then Flame Grant Me Strength. I two-hand my Hammer for Royal Knight's Resolve, then swap to the Jellyfish Shield for another damage buff. Now I have less than 8 seconds to get my hit off.
Let's go! Big hammer, baby!
Oh yeah, deer got worked. That's how you turn a lame boss into a fun project. Alright, time for another new weapon. I do a 6 sewer skip, then head in to fight Fake Moog. We return to the big finger for this fight because it is haha funny to finger bosses. Now I do a little more parkour and get the fingerprint shield. I need to start Ronnie's quest to finish all the remembrance bosses, so it's time for Loretta Jr. Holy guacamole, Batman, that's a lot of damage. I didn't think a shield would be this good as a weapon, but I was very wrong. +1 respect to shields. I do a bunch of stuff for Mommy Ronnie and eventually end up in the Chlamydia Lake. My favorite weapon is here, so I rise above the lake like a phoenix reborn and squash some ghoul-looking dude to get his sword. I fight my next boss Estelle now, and I try using the shield again, but the T-Rex arm syndrome strikes, and it's pretty hard to hit this big bug with the shield's reach. So I switch to the alabaster sword. Chat told me it does more damage to Estelle on account of some gravity magic interaction or something. Lo and behold, they were right. This is some goddamn outlandish damage. I mean, for real, this is like an 8-hit fight with this absolute specimen of a weapon.
We're close. Don't you do no fuck shit. Hi-ya!
My gains are really paying off in the late game. Adios, anal beats. Up next is Fortisaxed, but I need an appropriate dragon slaying weapon for Big Papa Zombie Dragon. So I go beat up a dragon person for the dragon halberd, which seems appropriate to me. Before Fortisax, I have to beat Fia's champs, and this was super easy. Nothing to see here. No incidents or accidents. I was a pure raw gamer and did this first try. I think I've made my thoughts about Fortisax being an awful fight pretty clear, but in case I haven't, this fight is dumb. I'm actually just poking 2 tree trunk legs. None of his moves are effective, and you literally just walk behind him and wait for the tracking lightning to go away so you can get in your one hit before you run around for another 15 seconds waiting for your next opportunity.
Season 5 is coming. Here's the intel you need to finish on top. Experience the all-new map, Frequency. Dominate in close quarters with a new machine pistol. Need some backup? Call in the emergency airdrop to get 3 random score streaks for support. Your next mission starts now. Jump into Digital Dusk and win the fight.
Attacking from here.
We've taken the lead.
Enemy contact. Changing mag! Cover me! Targets in sight. Changing mag!
We tied for the lead. Heads up, team. Enemy UAV spotted. It's too close. Fight harder.